Thank you, Prime Minister. Sharif Hassan from the Canadian Press. It's being reported that both Chrystia Freeland and Mark Carney have said that they would remove consumer carbon price if they become the Liberal Party leader. I wonder what are your thoughts on it and what do you have to say to them?
I love that question.
We only have to look at the wildfires in California, at the increasing cost of climate change.
Excuse me, sir. I'm going to have to stop you right there.
But you know that's not true. You know it's not.
Well, he wants to blame it on climate change. And so we see time and time again, we're hearing about climate change. We're hearing about carbon dioxide. Well, here's the same chart I show often on this floor. Carbon dioxide represents 0.04% of the atmosphere, and it's barely changed. Look at the rest of the chart, what isn't CO2. And they want to just make it a climate change story. So, what are we doing to make things more fire resilient in Southern California? This is a reservoir, the Santa Ynez Reservoir, just up the hill from Pacific Palisades. The portion on the right here is what it looks like more or less when it's full. Here's what it looks like presently. It's empty. It's been empty since last February. They've been fooling around for nearly a year, supposedly repairing the cover over the thing.
The reservoirs are completely full, the state reservoirs here in Southern California. That mis and disinformation, I don't think advantages or aids any of us. Responding to Donald Trump's insults, we would spend another month. I'm very familiar with them. Every elected official that he disagrees with, very familiar with them.
We do know, though, from reporting here locally that that one reservoir that serves the Palisades was not full.
And that's exactly what triggered my desire to get the investigation.
Sorry? They just say climate change. Define the term, Gavin Newsom. Define the term. What do you mean by climate change exactly? Was it climate change that decided not to capture the water and put it into a reservoir? Was it climate change that decided not to clean up the brush? Or no, instead it was the opposite. It was the cult of earth-worshipping environmentalism. Your ideology is why your people are suffering. This is a choice. This is not an act of God. It is an act of man.
The fact that so much of the world is understanding the advantages and the economic growth that comes from decarbonization.
You know, that's not true. We know that that's not true.
Only 6% of total global emissions come from countries that have a carbon tax in place.
To realize we need to continue to fight climate change as a way of creating jobs and prosperity for people right across the country and indeed around the world.
You ain't nothing but a liar.
Studies suggest more jobs will be lost as a result of climate policies and regulations.
That's why we move forward with a price on pollution that both reduces our emissions.
I don't believe you.
There's no evidence carbon taxes lower total emissions. Canada is behind schedule and will not meet their own reduction targets by 2030.
And puts more money in the pockets of 8 out of 10 Canadians right across the country.
You know that's not true. But when you say those things, there's a fringe of society that believe you.
Thank you.
That are actually dangerous.
This has already been debunked so many times. 8 out of 10 families do not get more money back. This is a complete and total lie.
Obviously, people running in elections and running for the leadership will be able to put forward their own ideas about how to fight climate change. But I'm very, very proud of our record of standing up and fighting climate change and making life more affordable for Canadians.